So this criminal from Japan actually got an Emmy. Now, if you don't know why she is a criminal, is that Japan actually has laws that prohibits people filming in public unless you request permission. And she actually went into a store. She asked permission but was denied. So she did what every left-leaning, righteous, moral person advised does. She broke the law. There have been people arrested for this, by the way. It's just that she managed to get away with it. So this is a pillar of morality. This is the type of person that goes into other countries, doesn't care about their customs, doesn't care about their laws, and then goes to moral lecture us on how to behave, on how to think, on how to be good, decent citizens. This is the modern day clergy. It's like a bunch of drunken priests that do nothing besides having orgies in the cathedral and drinking themselves to death while lecturing the peasantry about how we should behave and how we should think about things. So why am I saying this? Well, if you don't know about the original Vice article, it's a hack job. It's even more than that. Basically, they are attacking the concept of free speech and freedom of expression in Japan. They are saying that these concepts are dangerous in nature. They are basically saying that because Japan allows freedom of creativity, children are in danger. Yes, like this lady is genuinely worried about the children of Japan. So she decided to go there and break their laws. Now, she can't actually do any proof that it's because Japan allows manga creators to do whatever they want, that this actually hurts children. But it doesn't matter. You know, it's the new satanic panic, I suppose. Like, I remember when I was a kid, my parents were horrified that I'm playing violent video games like GTA. And the argument was like, why would the sane person enjoy watching gore? Like why would the person that's normal enjoy seeing stuff that you see in The Last of Us? And the answer is because it's fictional and it's entertaining. Like just because I see it in the computer, just because I see it in a fictional setting, doesn't mean that I want to reproduce it in real life. Doesn't mean that my brain isn't capable of differentiating the stuff. And at the end of the day, video game characters don't even look like human beings. Like, I'm sorry, but especially like the graphics at the time, and even the ones that we have today, which are more realistic. Like, there is a major difference between how an actual human being looked compared to, I don't know, like a character from The Last of Us. But anyway, right, this is not the point that I'm trying to make. She's basically making this suggestion. She even actually went to a child offender, like someone that actually touched a child. And in the interview, there is no proof. In fact, actually, he didn't even read manga before. Like, he started reading manga after he committed the crime. So it's not like the manga influenced him. But she's basically trying to say, like, giving him, like, putting words in his mouth and saying, isn't that the manga made you do it? Like, isn't the manga the problem? You know, it's like when you go to a criminal that does something which can't be justified and you're giving them a way out, of course they're going to take it. Like, I remember, again, when I grew up, there were so many people that would be committed of doing bad stuff, like maybe a shooting or they carjacked or something, and then their lawyer would say, hey, you know, blame it on violent video games. Because at the time, most people didn't understand what video games are about, and they legitimately believed, oh, well, if that person plays violent video games, it could create violent tendencies in him, so that when he goes out in the real world, it's monkey see, monkey do. He tries to reproduce the stuff that he plays. Like, for us, it sounds absolutely ludicrous. Like, we're laughing at these examples. But at the time, that's what people believed, right? So they're trying to do the same shit now. The thing is, they were so bad at doing it that people from Japan felt offended. Like, they were trying to say that the entire manga industry, the entire anime industry, in fact, is pedophilic in nature. And of course, people from Japan were pointing out the flaws in this interview. They were saying that a lot of the things weren't correct. They were claiming that she's a criminal for violating their laws. So, of course, they do like what every modern, progressive outlet does, and it gave the comment section disabilities. Like, you couldn't even comment to correct their bullshit, harmful, and dangerous misinformation. But that wasn't it. They even region blocked the video in Japan. Right? Like, you're making a documentary that is so good. You know, it's so mind-blowing. It gets people to think. It sparks a conversation. And you don't want the people from Japan, like the actual people that would benefit from your wisdom, like would save children. If only Japan would ban manga and anime, children now wouldn't be trafficked in Japan, right? But no, like, you're going to region block it there. And you're going to disable comments, and they also banned every re-upload, right? Like this is how they stand behind their criticism. When I was at university and I had to write a paper on anything, the first thing that I had to do was to go in front of the class and had to answer questions from the audience. Like, that is how you defend your work. That is how we actually achieve science and progress. But this is not about science and progress. This is about censorship and creating in the mind of the Americans that free speech and creative expression is horrible, right? Getting their foot into the door so that if we can censor this, then we should be able to censor more things. And of course, Vice should be deciding what gets censored. And this gets an Emmy, by the way. This just got an Emmy. Now, I made a video when they were nominated for an Emmy. Now they got it. Now, of course, the Emmys are a complete joke. Like, no one gives a shit from the public. Like, the average people don't care, you know, who gets an Emmy. But it goes to show how the journalistic clique in the United States operates. It goes to show who they reward. They reward misinformation. They reward disinformation. They reward people who aren't interested in hearing from the public. They reward people who aren't allowing the public to criticize them. And they reward people who stand against freedom of expression and free speech. And again, this isn't like even about manga. Like the idea is that if you go against freedom of expression, you're going to get rewarded. If you are going to alienate the public, you're going to get rewarded. This is what good journalism look like. And again, the reason that they're doing this has nothing to do with children. It's just like they're using children because it's impossible to criticize them. Every single thing that America does is either for the safety of children or combating terrorism. Like, this is a tried and true tactic. The thing is, Hollywood, Marvel, DC, the big corporations of the United States that people like this lady have infiltrated and are now sucking money out of, all of these companies are underperforming and they're getting dominated by anime and manga. So they try to rally the troops, they try to rally their activists to go against manga. And it's so fucking bad right now. Like, I can see it on Twitter. There are people that are against Demon Slayer. There are people that are against My Hero Academia. These are not cartoons that have anything sexual in them. They barely have any kisses. But they will say, well, yeah, but like these characters, they're 17-year-old. And look, they have boobs. They have boobs. It doesn't matter that the boobs are covered. Why would you show skin? Why would you ever draw a character that's the age of 17 with skin in it? Why would you do that? Why would you? This is the people on Twitter that like the bear sex from Baldur's Gate. I rest my fucking case.